Hello, this is Meta, and this is a stream where I talk about everything besides the drawing itself. Tonight, we are going to be um, going really hard on some. What's it called? Skin designs, essentially. But this time, we are doing it for a contest, so it's actually. So I actually have to fuck it. So I have to, like, buckle the fuck down. And I've got like quite a bit done already. It's just that, it's good to have advice or whatever. Also, this was originally supposed to be about um, Jinx and Zyra, but it's funny that my attention can be so easily sucked away from something as soon as I become even a little bit busy. But, I've got so much to do, so let's try and get into it. I'm working on two pieces, so we might be switching off from them every once in a while. But I feel like I need to, like, feel out the different ones, go back and forth between them so that I don't have to look at them, like, so I can get fresh eyes on them every so often, because it is hard to stare at something that, like, you consider, like, important for that long, Let's see. So, goddamn, that's gonna be annoying, but that's the meta stream. I really should work on my bingo piece also, but I already have so much to fucking do. I can't go off of that right now. Do you, like, they're in, like, the final stages of, like, feeling, somewhat completed, It's just that, like, it's also just, like, what to do. Ugh. Gotten into Psychonauts, but also I've been getting into Dead by Daylight, as you can maybe tell. That's what the contest is about. I don't expect to win, but I really just wanted to sharpen my skills with this, and it's always really fun to join these kinds of contests. It's a good way of, like, really testing sort of professional level strength in skills or whatever. Because it's about putting yourself out there and all that, so that's something. Let's see.
You're on, she asked.
Maybe I'll make more gifts to put in here. That could be fun. But oh yeah, I'm gonna be using a drawing that hasn't even been released to the public as my color guide, because I cannot be bothered. I mean, some things I'll go full effort on, but other things are just like, you need to take up some shorthand. And that's the important thing about being an artist in general, is learning when to like, not full acid, you know? Because you can spend so much time if you get really in depth here, if you go all the way in, right? And just care about every single little pixel or whatever. But people don't usually look at drawings that way. It's not how we look at art. It's not how people generally, function around it. It's very specific, Man, I am doing Dwight and Ghostface for this peak, mostly because I don't really want to draw, let's see, I mean, Dwight's very easy, well, pretty easy to draw, I'd say. He's got, a very specific thing about him, or whatever, where it's typically easier to get a hold of him. But the other thing about, killers is that a lot of them have such specific body types that if you fuck them up, you kind of are going for, a huge risk right there. Which makes them all the more satisfying, but I'm already, left high and dry by, this idea of getting to a contest just a little bit in its, later stages, which I don't really like to do. I like being prepared, even if it's being prepared a few days ahead or whatever. I mean, the deadline is the 19th, but I'm still fucking freaking the fuck out about it, right? And that's not really, the worst thing in the world, right? Because, but, I have to spend a lot of time. I have to spend a lot of energy on making sure that this is at least somewhat even remotely acceptable looking, Because it's not just being seen by a few of my people or whatever. It's being judged. It's a contest or whatever. And while I don't have high expectations, I still want to put in my best foot forward for, maybe the next year I compete or something. Or the next time they do one of these contests. So that I will feel more, I'll feel more ready to do that. It's kind of how a lot of art challenges kind of throw me through a fucking loop. I love Art Fight. I really do like the concept of it, but I've never ever participated in Art Fight because of the fact that I always am aware of it way too late, and then I don't want that just dominating my entire month. It'll be on my mind the entire time. When I'm not doing an Art Fight thing or whatever, I'm gonna be wondering about it. And to a certain extent, this is maladaptive anxiety, yeah. But it's why I typically, don't engage in these kinds of things. But I'm trying my best to, branch out. I want something like this is a good example of needing to actually go and take time with art or whatever, because a rushed piece will not make a good entry. I'm still like I'm thinking about that, yeah. It's not like oh, let's just I mean, like, I do a drawing every day. It's a ritual that I like. It makes me feel productive. But this is such an example of, like, executive functioning. And I don't typically have a very good relationship with it unless I am doing things like a habit. So, it's a bit all over the place for me. I think that, like, in the future I can really go ham on some of these things. I don't really consider, like, many cosmetics in the game to be my personal taste or whatever, but it's also based off of the art style that Dead by Daylight adopts, and that kind of thing. It has an aesthetic that tends to clash with mine. But I do... I enjoy things about it, you know? And this is fun. Even though it's currently very stressful for me at the moment. And I think that this kind of thing is fun. Though I've never been good at, like, making non-shiny objects. But this is... It's good because it takes me out of that comfort zone. As an independent artist, unless your clients are asking you for a thing that is very outside of your wheelhouse or whatever, you don't really go much further than the tip of your sword, really, as it were. So I think it's very, like, constructive to do this kind of thing. Because it calls for a different thing. Kind of like how I don't try to do the same pose as much anymore and that kind of thing. It's a way of growing. And you can't really grow without challenging yourself, at least a bit. So even though these challenges in these videos are typically very silly, goofy, whatever, you know, it's an important part of, you know, maintaining skill. Not stagnating, or whatever. Though, of course, you won't... Art doesn't really ever stagnate. It changes and it molds with you over time. It's fluid in the way that you are as a person. It's a reflection of the self, in a weird way. As cheesy, I guess, as it is to say. But, yeah, you and your progress as a person, the way that you feel, the way you are mentally, affects how you draw. It affects everything in your life, obviously, but it's mostly a thing of... your art is an extension of you and the aesthetics and motifs that you find beautiful. Or maybe you don't find them beautiful, you can find them fascinating in their own ways, right? But it's all sort of the same. Though, I guess that's reductive also. I'd say it's all a journey that you never will finish. You'll never reach that stage in art where you say, I'm done, this is it. I've created what it is that I like, or whatever, yeah? And it can be really difficult in the sense that you are the one that marks your own progress. So you have to define yourself. What that means for you, all that. Sometimes I wake up and go, wow, what the fuck was I even doing? What was even the vision? But other times, as I go, oh, this is perfect, or whatever, yeah? Usually I feel more critical towards later, like, work or whatever, because I can see the clear difference, even if it's not immediately obvious to someone who is just looking at two pictures side by side. But to me, there's always a mountain of difference. You change as a person almost every day, and I think that's beautiful in its own way, you know? I should probably talk about the fucking piece, but this is also where I don't actually talk about it very directly. I mean, if you want to know what the skin concept is, he's an orderly. Because I thought it would be fun. I like giving Dwight, like, a bunch of jobs he has no business actually being in. Just chalk it up to his like 1,000,001 jobs. I know there's a list online or something where he's like a dog walker, he's a pizza guy, he's a summer camp counselor, like a scout leader, finance bro, a gas pumper, a theater attendant, a librarian, yeah, a manager, truck driver, Santa's helper. Jesus Christ. There's what? Anyway, I think that it's very funny. And I do want to continue the joke. Just give him as many fucking different occupations as you can give this man. Because it is, like, it's just, to me, it's a good bit. I love the person who works everywhere trope. I really don't know what it's called, but you know, like, in Amazing World of Gumball or whatever, like that kind of thing. I'm working without the outlines right now, because with them, there's a lot there, you know? It kind of changes the whole vibe of the piece, and it's it's hard to gain back control of what the fuck I'm actually even doing. Oh, check out Fun Size Dipsticks contribution also. They are going to be in this contest too. It's going to be really cool. I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, I'm also doing like... I'm kind of branching out into a lot of franchises as of recently, which is fun in its own weird way. I mean, Dead by Daylight obviously has, like, a bunch of fucking crossovers, so you have, like, a ton of characters a ton of IPs that you work with or whatever, but also, I just watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and right now I'm just kind of going over that. Also, I need to draw What We Do in the Shadows, because that shit goes hard. Because Laszlo is very funny. Also, apparently the last season is gonna come out this October, which is like... It feels all too soon. I don't want it to go, you know? I mean, I guess this is how everyone feels about a show they like ending, or potentially ending, you know? Let's see. I saw a dog today, but I didn't go outside, because I'm not about that life. That's fucking stupid. Let's see. Oh, Fanta Celebration. I don't know what fucking flavor it is. What is the flavor? What is it supposed to be? Because even after I tasted it, I wasn't really sure what it was. I did like, the black Fanta flavor that was out for a bit. Oh, I think it's, birthday... Yeah, it is birthday cake. I think... Yeah, my friends gaslit me into believing that it was fucking cotton candy, but no, it's birthday cake. Fuck you. I was right. They were wrong. I'm always right. Lime, 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 lime. What is the fucking pose I was going for here? Let's see. Oh, I had a custard bun, because I just went to this new bakery that, is in town or whatever, and fuck is it delicious. It was so fucking good. Like, Jesus Christ. Though, yeah. Yay! Yeah, hello, Golden. How you doing? I decided that I wasn't actually gonna do the thing I said I was gonna do in the last stream, because apparently I do, well, no, I do like lying, but, you know, I need to finish, like, 2 fucking pieces for this contest that I just randomly decided that I wanted to do. So yeah, now that's everyone's problem. So, yeah. But you get two for the price of 1. We're gonna get to Ghostface later. I'm mostly chillin'. Very nice. Let's see. I do recommend Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a pretty good one. If you lose the contest, you lose in real life. I wasn't really exactly planning on winning. I mean, the prize was completely useless to me. I was probably just gonna give it to whoever if I did win, but there's so many more like qualified people, I guess, so that I don't, you know. I mean, I'm doing this more for like the experience and like really like tightening up how I draw like skins in characters and stuff like that, because it is like it's cool. Yeah, so the prize is your cosmetic being in the game, and also like $200 worth of in-game money that you can spend on cosmetics. And to be honest, I would just like the 200 US dollars. I mean, I'd like to be able to pay rent, but I don't. But no. Whatever. But if you play Dead by Daylight, hit me the fuck up. I don't think I'm actually gonna win, so it doesn't actually matter all that much. In-game US dollars. It's like getting like fucking Robux, or it's like getting V-Bucks in return for designing a completely new skin to the game. Granted, I'm not the one actually coding the shit in, so I mean, that's fun, right? I don't have any fucking water, I just realized. It would be a punishment. Capital level crime punishment to play DDD. I mean, to be fair, it's not a very good game, but I do... But the, like, idea of, like, a bunch of fucking serial killers and survivors and all these different IPs, it's, like, one of the biggest crossover events that, horror has. But, man, the fucking game sucks. It does. I'm sorry. This doesn't actually, affect my placement or whatever, so it doesn't matter. But if you actually want to play a Dead by Daylight game that's actually fucking good, I'd recommend the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, where it's not horribly stacked against the killer or victim, but you can still feel fucking scared of the killers, which, is the point. You get the fantasy of being a survivor shouldn't be clicking a few buttons on a rhythm game. I'm sorry, it really shouldn't be. I want to feel smart as a survivor. I want to feel clever, but but that's not really, a thing, Clicking a few buttons and flipping the flashlight on and off. It's my favorite way to play the fucking game, guys. It's not, you're not scared, you're not, I don't understand what the fantasy is supposed to be, I guess, for, survivors. I don't know why people would enjoy, this specific style of gameplay, because it's not really gameplay unless you get caught, in which point then you're just holding down the move button, in which case then you have to, what's it called? do mind games, and the mind games are fun, but that's not actually really all that. It's not a part of the game. It's like the players like inherently do that because they are trying not to get killed. But the thing is, right, it's like you shouldn't have been caught out in the first place. You don't. But then it comes back to the question: why do you want to be a survivor in the first place? It's not like I don't feel clever. I don't feel strong. You shouldn't feel strong. And like it also ruins the fantasy of like a killer, right? Because you're just kind of fucking around. I don't know. There's a lot of structural problems. But, you know, I can't help but love the IP that they get and, like, go around. I really do like the things that they have. Like, the lore, that's fun. Everything else around them is fun, yeah. Yeah, no, but the Survivor, I hardly know her. Yeah, no, but the Survivor fantasy is just kill with friends and bully the killer. Especially in 2016, that was when the real epidemic was of, like, being the fucking worst, and then you could infinite loop the killer. So it just completely made, like, doing the generators, you know, the actual part of the game, completely obsolete, really. Like, you could just sit there and keep that killer in the game for as long as possible. You could do that with impunity. And the main thing it comes down to is, like, survivors don't have a fun gameplay loop. I mean, sure, killers have to deal with the annoying little twerps or whatever, but killers have different move sets and stuff like that. They can run around the map. They, you know, they have the more easily, like, fantasizable thing of going around and eliminating targets off the map, which sure isn't, like, which can be, like, really fucking annoying, and, like, honestly, some of the stuff that they added, like, the screen shake, sucks. But, you know, I feel like there should have been more co-op in the game. I don't know. Something like, I mean, I would love, like, a Left 4 Dead style Dead by Daylight game. Not with, like, bullets or whatever, but, like, something that encourages people to, like, stick together or split up depending on objectives and stuff like that. I think that would be way more enjoyable. I Get down. Horror. I love the way their way to balance the nerves was eye strain and motion sickness from the camera after blink. Yes, it's still in the fucking game. It's also in the game. Yes, it is still in the game. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it is still there. So, guys. Oh, who are you? Who are you drawing? Okay, yes, I am drawing Dwight for a contest. Autumn Mod took away my message. No, I've been sort of who are you drawing this time? No, Autumn Mod, that's fine. We can say whore on the stream. It's fine. You're good. There we are. We're allowed. It's allowed now. Or are you drawing? Yeah, so this is Dwight. I'm also technically drawing Ghostface, but, like, I don't know if I'm ready to tackle this shit yet. So we're just gonna try and do this shit. And hopefully, make it out alive. Yeah. This plan, it's not a very good one, I know, but, So, yeah. This is for the Dead by Daylight skin contest that is currently going on. So, I am trying my best, It's a grind set, my Sigma Alpha grind set. Dwight isn't actually from any IP, but I thought he did. If you don't complete this by 6 a.m., they will kill you. Thanks for the reminder. Golden. It's not good I didn't already fucking know that. Fucking dork. Whatever. Anyway. There's supposed to be, like, an orderly. Because I think that giving Dwight, like, 50 million fucking jobs is really funny. He's the working class. No one else has a job. He's taking them all. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine fucking rules. I really did enjoy that fucking movie. It was way more it was very homoerotic, something I'm all into, I mean, they had a fight scene that was literally just a recontextualized sex scene, which is pretty funny if you think about it. I don't know why I said pretty funny. I mean, it's kind of silly, goofy, guys, how this is straight up like a buddy romance movie, but not really. Also, let's see. I recommend watching it. I do. Even if you don't really get a lot of the references they're making. Because I haven't seen the original X-Men stuff or whatever, but I still had a good time. But I also have, like, a good amount of, like, comic knowledge, so your mileage may vary, but I did enjoy the movie. Charm. What the fuck is this? This music called? Oh, also Gambit. Is a baby girl. Love him. Would kill and die for him. Not gonna lie. Let's see. I'm excited to see all the submissions for this contest. I really am. I don't know why I decided to do fucking 2 of them. at least I didn't bite off even more with doing the every like going for every single category, but still. I'm still not like totally sure if I'm like ready for this. Yes, there are, besides Survivor and Killer, there's also Banner and Badge. So you can make one of those like little trinkets or whatever, or I'm not, and like a banner for like accounts and stuff like that. And I don't do good with really stretched out images or really small images, so yeah. But I think that like doing this, even though I don't have any real hope of winning, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna try, because I want to put my best foot out there, you know? See, because I think that's part of the fun of it all, you know? It also, like, helps me improve, because, you know, you can't just not take the opportunities given to you. The prize isn't something I'm particularly after or anything like that. I just want to have fun with the contest, you know? It's gonna be down to a vote. And I don't expect people here to vote either, because it's not a game that we like are really into here on this channel. But I do think that it'll be fun to see, for people to see what I can do, you know? Reach out into more of the world. I don't know. Of course, it's not gonna be like a big thing, but it'll be something. And that can matter more than you think. You can so easily stagnate as an artist. It's so incredibly easy to do so. There ain't no ref. Name too much. Just came to touch. Ain't that the truth? Thing for you. Me to do. And everything. See. Oh, I was gonna do like Jinx and Zyra, but I totally forgot to do them today. Well, I didn't forget. I just thought that this would be a much more interesting stream to do. So, I don't know. Rate this one from 1 out of 10, guys. This is so stupid. Not in a hurry. Fresh gear dirty. Where's the new Tekken? Now it's time to get hands to the face. He knows my town. I'm playing. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna talk about like how what's it called? AGR's thing or whatever. Oh, so it's like participating for the sake of improving? Yeah, essentially, because I usually spend so little time on drawings, you know? It's such a, like, I do most of my drawings all in one day. sure you get a lot done, but it's not totally beneficial when it comes to longer pieces of work, like perhaps when you're actually doing a project that has something to go for that, you know? And having more pressure put on you to actually perform and do well can help, you know, motivate you to do something, you know? Because otherwise, you can get very easily stuck in your own sort of echo chamber. And, I mean, to be fair, I have you guys, and you can, you know, you can tell me things about my art and stuff like that, right? But in the end, what I draw is entirely up to me, obviously. But I think that it's important to, you know, actually go out and do stuff like this, you know? It's the reason why I practice poses and the like, because it's important to not totally be comfortable. You can so easily stagnate. Even though, of course, your art will just naturally ebb and flow with time, it's important to sometimes take an active step in that, you know? Actively push yourself to be better. So, yes, I'm participating in this contest not really in the sake of for the hope of winning. Of course, you know, I hope that I do like get something, right? But in the end, I'm more about the idea of improving, the idea of branching out, getting out of my comfort zone, even just a bit, you know? Even though this is pretty in there or whatever, I still think that doing something like this can help. Certainly, like, giving me a lot to, like, think about and talk about, you know? I was gonna, like, go on a whole AJR rant, because I was really into, like, the Chicago song that's gotten really big as of recently. But, you know, I'm more talking, because of this whole thing, I am talking more about the art itself. Because it needs more more context, or whatever. Ugh. I don't even know if, like, black lines are really the way to go for this one. Well, these aren't even black, but it appears so. You know? Because that's just how I usually clean up and operate with, you know? Oh, this is a piece of art that you're not really actually supposed to see just yet. Oh, that's a really nice way of seeing things. I mean, I try and look at it like that, you know? Whoa, oh my fucking god! What's up, Morrow? Subscribing with Twitch Prime and fucking jump scaring me. No, but really, thank you, dude. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for helping me pay rent. It's what's good, gamers? Windows sounds. Maro and 64. Thanks for the Prime. Use that Amazon Twitch Prime, Morrison. No. Shut up. Let's see. But yeah, I am working on a thing for a contest. And I don't have any fucking water. So that's fun. I've been really ambitious as of late, which isn't saying much because I'm not very ambitious to begin with. So anything that actually has some ambition is a lot of ambition, according to me. No. What the fuck? There we are. I don't... Who's this? Hello? What does this even say? It's not actually picked up on our mod. This... Whatever. Ugh! God fucking damn it. You keep on touching the fucking plug and it goes all over the place. Whatever. Huge fan of Asterisk. Yeah, it's my it's my favorite. This is so silly. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the progress we are making, even if it is slightly fucked up progress, but you know. Let's see. I'm more of an Ooblex guy. French cartoon. Shit, the classic comic fans are coming for each other's throats. I hope they don't realize I'm a Bone fan. Fuck. It's not even really even close. Bone's not European. Whatever. Censored French. Oh yeah. I mean, it is a bad word, Karen. You do have to censor that. So, Asterix and Obelix sits base. Can you please do a redraw of Cow Tools, but if they slayed? What the fuck does this mean? I don't even... I'm fucking look this up. I'm not a big... I hate comic books. I hate them. Fuck you. I have seen some Cow Tools before. What is... there's such a specific comic that, like... It's, like, in the back of my mind. It's, like, scratching. But I don't... I don't know. It's best for things to be left buried. Not Cow Tools. Maybe Garfield, but Garfield fucking rules, so fuck you. It's crazy that, like, comics as, like, a genre besides like superhero comics are almost entirely removed from the American zeitgeist. Like, I can't remember like a single like non-superhero comic that was like an original IP. Like, I'm trying to think, but I just can't remember anything off the top of my head. I mean, like, Archie's still popular, but it's more fallen into that kind of thing. Martello and Philemon, obviously. I mean, Sonic Comics, I feel like they still follow under, like, they are still under IDW. Like, they're still sort of, yeah. Is Nimona separated enough from it? I mean, like, I guess, like, in the sense, she's the closest thing we have to more classic comics from that genre, but, like, it's not really exactly the same, you know? Because Nemona's popularity doesn't come from the comic itself. It comes from a movie based on the comic. Though, yeah, it's like all over the fucking place, I guess. Next time, they should have like an actual Smurfs movie, but it's like based on the actual Smurfs comics. I mean, comics used to be like the go-to like inspiration for like your action figure sets and the like too. But that is just kind of not, it's not as big as it used to be. They are mammals. What? I'm not even sure what he's fucking talking about right now. Let's see. I'm fucking sure. I'm really a big fan of that fucking Cable shirt. Oh yeah. I haven't watched Venture Brothers in the longest time. That shit goes so hard. Why the fuck did they wipe it off the face of the earth? Because that shit, they went hard with that shit. Some things will stay eternal, but some things will die off. Some franchises will just be left in the fucking rubble until some greedy Hollywood executive goes, "Oh, do you guys remember Kathy? Now we should make a Kathy movie." Because I don't want to have an original idea. I'm glad some of the weird original stuff is still around. Yeah, I am too. Let's see. Let's see. I guess it's like graphic novels are more the style of things rather than paperback comics. Though, every once in a while you'll see like this absolutely breathtaking, game-changing comic, and there's never another fucking issue of it because they didn't publish another one, or it's just like way too expensive to find the rest of the copies, which like just fucking sucks in itself. I have to, like, sort of stop myself from doing the thing I normally do with this kind of stuff. Let's see. Oh, let's see. You know what I find weird? Out of all of the original X-Men, I don't think that Rogue has never been in an X-Men movie. I don't think I've ever seen her in one. Even though she's like one of the most iconic characters from the franchise. Did no one know how to do a southern accent? Like, we just recently got Gambit. We never had him. She's in the OG trilogy. Let me fucking see. That is not fucking Rogue. That is just not. She's not even wearing the fucking costume. I would not be able to tell that this was Rogue. Not at all. But I guess this is... I mean, X-Men movies were not exactly very good until very recently. Yeah, also, like, Gambit is never, like, actually ever in his actual fucking costume. Yeah, I barely remember them doing anything. They didn't have enough budget for the shit. She's never had, like, an actual, like, her actual suit or anything. Yeah, Nightcrawler and Mystique always have, like, cool VFX. Like, you know, you've got, like, Miss Emma Frost, and every, like, version of her with her, like, cool fucking, like, diamond is unbreakable, like, shit. That, like, they have fun with that. But I guess they just couldn't fit the fucking budget in. I don't know. I'm not even, like, a big X-Men fan or whatever, but, like, I still know who, like, Rogue and, like, and Gambit is, even though, like, they really haven't been in any fucking movies. I mean, like, to be fair, I don't, like, Jubilee, I don't think ever comes back either, so, but no one liked Jubilee, so it doesn't fucking matter. Marrow will never appear. I mean, that's probably true. I mean, like, a lot of comic characters we will just never, like, see in, like, an official version of them, because why the fuck would they want to waste budget on that or whatever? Because you have a lot more fun just doing shit on a page or whatever. But still, like, if you don't have the, like, the willpower to, like, illustrate the entire story, don't fucking touch it. I found it weird that we never had, like, well, I guess we have had Teen Titans movies. They just have never been live action. We've never had, like, an actual budgeted Teen Titans, like, live action movie. But that has, of course, so then, like, the whole question is, like, that Iceman and Pyro were mid as fuck too. They did actually include Pyro in this more recent film that I'm talking about, which is really strange. She's, like, actually a very prominent character for some godforsaken reason. Also, rude to the bat. Yeah, let's go. She's a fucking queen. Like, Pyro and Sabretooth were both in the movie. So is, what's his fucking face? Human Torch was also in the movie. I mean, they're kind of like a bad boy hothead guy, so maybe it fits the chaos of them. Yeah, I guess so. Also, like they're not as like they're not like you'd understand why they were in the situation they were in, which is being relics of the past. Is that were left in a fucking desert to rot. That is the plot. A goon. They're usually a sidekick of some person. And you know what? He was a he and you know what? He did a good job as being a goon in the movie or whatever. Let's see. Oh, fucking let's see. Has anyone found Elektra cool before? Because I've never found her cool. Also, why the fuck? The thing about Elektra that always fucking confuses me is that she doesn't have electric powers. She's just like really good with her fucking psi, but she's called Elektra. It always confused the fuck out of me. I think in some adaptations she does have electric powers because the writers also were confused. But no, like in most of her incarnations, she does not have them. Anyway. Is there any Kitty Pryde? I didn't see Kitty Pryde. I thought I saw a guy that looked sort of like Mephisto. But no clue. I shall return after these ads. Okay, it's Zazel. It makes more sense. That makes more sense. Because I was like, why does he have Nightcrawler teleportation powers? But they never say his name in the fucking movie. They just... This is just normal. It's not... They just kind of do shit in the fucking movie. And I think that's very funny. Yeah, so let's see. Deadpool and Wolverine does have a scene that is... Like, if a sex scene didn't have sex in it, and was also a scene where two men beat the fuck out of each other. But yes, I mean, it even ends with like a fade, like a fade to the next day. It's really fucking good. Not gonna lie. Okay, I have returned from the void. Yes, there is no Kitty Pryde in the movie. Not that I saw anyway. She might have been in the fucking back or whatever, but no. I didn't see her. Azazel was there. I thought it was Mephisto, but I was like, why isn't he more muscular and why does he have Nightcrawler's power? But like, also I was just kind of zonked the fuck out. Because I knew it wasn't Nightcrawler. And that is for certain. Oh, I also thought that the main enemies kind of looked like a Deathstroke, which is pretty funny, considering the fact that Deadpool himself was often derided for being a Deathstroke ripoff. And it probably is just me reading too much into it, but I do think that is, like, if it was intentional, it is cool, you know? I'm not too big into comics. I kind of just skate around the ones I like, and, you know, anything else. So I just kind of watch what I want to watch. I'm not a big fan of, like, all these things being so specific or whatever. Like, you have to watch one movie to get another movie or whatever. I mean, sure, it makes sense for some of these things, right? But for others, you can just make a standalone story. You don't need it to be, like, a prequel or, like, a sequel to something, you know? You can just tell a completed story. Consume product. You must consume the fucking product. And you know what? They're finding new and different ways of shoving that message down your throat all the time. But, you know, fuck you, bitch. If I want to go into the theater and have all the context I need for watching a film that's not, like, an explicit sequel, I just want to fucking watch a movie, okay? Which is kind of funny, because, like, despite it being a Marvel product, technically, Spider-Verse actually doesn't fall into this, which is hilarious, considering the fact that they are direct, like, Across the Spider-Verse is a direct sequel to the first fucking movie. But you can watch it and get it, or whatever. It doesn't... What? What was that? Man, stream delay fucking sucks. What are you talking about, Caravan? Cause I'm a little confused. It's technically not Marvel. It is technically... See, Spider-Man is, like, a very specific IP, or whatever, so it is technically under Sony and not Marvel. But that's because of the rights around Spider-Man are always so... They are very specific. So, technically, not Marvel, even though it is Marvel. Technically, it is a Marvel movie, but not really. Like, a Marvel-made Spider-Man movie is something like Spider-Man No Way Home, or whatever. If that makes sense. I do hate the weird-ass copyright shit that happens with these things. But, yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah. Do I? Like, Spider-Man is such, like, a money maker. It's held so close to the chest, or whatever. So, yeah, they have to, like... It's weird. Yeah. But, yeah, despite the fact that, like... Technically, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse are sequential movies, you can watch one and not the other and still get the fucking plot. Because it tells... Like, it tells a completed story. Sure, there's references you might not fucking get, but that's because it's literally literally supposed to be a sequential movie. But, you know, it stands better by itself, which is kind of a testament to the quality of both pieces of media, right? Of course, that's not exactly the way that you tell that a piece of media is good, but it is a way of seeing the underlying problems of what is happening here. And Marvel is just a big, what's it called? It's a lot about money. Well, obviously it's a lot about money. It's their main MO. But they found out a way of basically leading you along to the next franchise or movie by essentially just leaving shit out of things, because which thankfully isn't actually that much of a problem in Deadpool and Wolverine, which is the movie that I've been referring to this entire time. I just watched it, so I'm kind of like big into it right now because it's like fresh in my mind and it's a good movie. But because of how self-referential of a character, like how meta of a character Deadpool is as a franchise, it actually circumvents this issue by just telling you the reference or making jokes about it or whatever, which is like it is so hard to make like a fourth wall breaking character refreshing, but somehow they managed to do that, which is very strange in a weird way, you know? It's a love, like, this movie is a love letter to fans of Marvel properties and to X-Men fans in general. This is, it's like a big, like, whole thing about that. Like, the first scene of the fucking movie, yeah. Cutaway gags if they were good. Yeah, I mean, like, that is kind of, like, the whole thing, right? Well, kind of. Because it is telling, like, an actual story or whatever, yeah. But, like, you get these, like, little quips that bring you up to speed if you don't already get the thing. And then you're like, oh, yeah. Because have I watched certain TV series? Fucking no. I haven't seen Blade in fucking forever. But, like, that is, it's like a little thing that they talk about, they lampshade, and then they go ahead and continue. It doesn't screech the movie to a halt, which is nice, you know? You're not like, who the fuck is this guy? Or whatever. I mean, sure, you can be like, I'm kind of confused about this character or whatever. I haven't seen them in a while. But, like, as soon as you, like, very vaguely recognize them, you can go, oh, yeah, that one. Though, of course, if you know more about the source material, like, if you're into X-Men, that is, you have an easier time looking at the movie, which is to be expected, but you don't have to have done that. You don't even have to have, like, watched, like, previous Deadpool movies or, like, the most famous Wolverine movie that came before this, which they make a direct parallel reference to Logan. You don't have to have watched Logan in order to understand the main conceit of this movie or whatever. Though I do like what they do, where the whole narrative, the entire plot, is entirely surrounded by the fact that of what kind of character Deadpool is, what he is as like a franchise, what he is as a person in comics or whatever, right? So the first scene is literally him digging up a grave. He's literally desecrating a grave. And he's also quite literally desecrating the legacy of Logan, which, you know, you get 2 for 1 in there, right? Which, you know, like, that's kind of the joke. But, like, that's not the end-all, be-all of the scene. It's not like, oh, yeah, Deadpool is making fun of Logan, because it's not. It makes it very fun in its own way, you know? And it keeps characters in character. Which can be hard to do, considering the fact that we have so many, like, opposing personalities, and you might want to tone down things, or whatever, here and there. But overall, I think that this kind of thing is fun. The pacing was nice and snappy. Like, it didn't drag on. Sometimes I feel like certain movies just, like, take too long to get to the fucking point. Even though they're a movie and they have way less runtime than, like, a TV show in the grand scheme of things or whatever. But I also, like that's fun, you know? It's got that kind of thing going on for it. Let's see. I was gonna talk about how, like, musicals and all that go about scenes and the like or whatever. And I think I will go over that, because I still do hate AJR. I still do hate them. So, yes, I will talk about AJR. So, if you don't know who AJR are, they're the guys that write, like, sort of these, like, if Weezer was worse, is the best way I can describe AJR. Like, if Weezer was a theater kid, and they also just completely miss the point of every single musical they've ever been in. And I don't even know what the fuck AJR stands for. Island in the Sun. Now, I'm talking about, like, musicals and that kind of thing, mostly because I was getting really into, like, Chicago's, They Both Reached for the Gun, and it reminded me of how good build-ups can be in, like, musical-sounding songs, like, going through that motion of, like, escalating things. And then I remembered how weird, like, World's Smallest Violin is in comparison to that, because it tricks you with the same conventions that We Both Reach for the Gun has, but it's so much more vapid. It literally does make a pop song out of, like, a very well used, like, song pacing and trope. And yeah, I do want to fucking talk about it. I can't play World's Smallest Violin, but, you know, you can, if you want to torture yourself, go on to your fucking YouTube, like, put it in on the next tab or whatever, right? And just put on AJR's World's Smallest Violin. And, you know, you can just, you can really appreciate, AJR's, work, I guess. Now, see, I think, like, I hate it more because of how, like, just, like, how like, the pacing, the things that it steals from other songs makes me want to like it so badly. It tricks my brain into, like, standing it for more than 5 fucking seconds. But, like, it's so entirely meaningless, which is hilarious when you consider the fact that the song I'm comparing it to, which is They Both Reach for the Gun, has like less than half as many words as this song or whatever, but like it also has way more context behind it, of course, because it is from a musical or whatever. But even then, you can still understand the exact point of both, like, the song that they're trying to make here. Whereas with World's Smallest Violin, it's so surface level for something that has so much. There's so many fucking words in this fucking song, right? But none of them mean anything, really. And I think that's what pisses me off. Right? So, like, it's basically talking about how his grandpa and his ancestors are, like, are brave soldiers. They were such cool, courageous people, and he's fucking nothing while he's sitting in his therapist's office, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. My grandfather fought in World War II, and he was such a noble dude. Man, I feel like such a fool. I've got so much left to prove. All my friends have vaping friends. They're so good at making friends. I'm so scared of caving in. Is that entertaining yet? I'm killing myself. Bars. Fucking. You know what? This is fucking stupid. But I do like ranting about AJR because it's such an earworm of a song. World's smallest. Blame it on my ADD. World's smallest violin, indeed. It's such a shame. World's smallest violin really needs an audience. He's basically going, yeah, I fucking suck in comparison to my ancestors. I haven't done fucking shit with my life. I'm sitting in my therapist's office while I don't actually have any real problems to complain about because I there's nothing actually seriously wrong in my life, but actually I still deserve love. And then it talks about how, and then it, like, shifts into, like, a love song for some fucking reason, which, if this was, like, a song about, like, confronting, you know, the fact that you don't need to, like, live up to the legacy of your forefathers, that would be a solid through line of a fucking idea, even though it would be absolutely stupid. Like it would be conveyed very stupidly, but, like, there would still be a point. But then we get into, like, yeah, can you just, yeah, let me play my violin for you. Shut up. The message becomes so confused at the end, because I don't, like, the comparison just kind of goes away. I'll blow up into smithereens and spew my tiny symphony all up and down a city street while trying to put my mind at ease. While, like, finishing this melody feels like a necessity. So this could be the death of me or maybe just a better me. Now come in with the timpanis and take a shot of Hennessy. I know that I'm not there mentally, but you could be my remedy. So let me play my violin for you. So basically, at the end of this song, it's talking about how I don't actually need to fix anything wrong in my life. I think that you should fix me. You, random fucking girl I'm talking to. Yeah, I know I just, like, talked about my own self-worth.
Sale, this is how I show my love. I made it in
Yeah.
my mind because blame it on my ad, baby. This is how an angel dies.
Guys,
Blame it on my
this.
own
It's
sick
a crime.
Blame it on my ad, baby. Sale, 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 sale.
Maybe
sale,
I
baby,
should
I
cry for
cry
help. Maybe I should kill myself. Blame it on the ADT, baby. So, yeah, AJR is on to fucking nothing with this whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. We're still keeping the sale joke alive, cause that shit's still funny. It's still funny after all these months. It's still funny. Fuck you. Really, someone should check on the lead singer of AWOL Nation, because maybe I should kill myself. It's not a healthy fucking thing to say. But yeah. Yeah, this AJR song is just completely tonal, like, just completely confused in its own messaging, because we start the song with something, and then we end it with, yeah, but that doesn't matter if you can fix it, girl. Let me just play my fucking guitar at a party, and that'll just do it, yeah? Demonetized on YouTube. You know, we were singing so fucking good that they are going to copyright strike the fuck out of me. And you know what? Whatever, it's fine. At this point, I do actually like talking about the shit that's happening in the music, like the shit that sometimes happens in music or whatever, because I think it's funny. Is this, like, sustainable? Like, probably not, but, you know, I do enjoy it. It's way funnier when you look at, like, they both reach for the gun, which has almost, like, it has, like, maybe 10 words tops in that fucking song, but it has such a more, like, it has such a clear thing to it, you know? Even if the you is interpreted as the listener / audience, it's still not a very nice note to end the song, IMO. I mean, yeah, it just, it's like, if you, like, if this is supposed to be metal textually, it still doesn't work because, lead singer of AJR, I'm not going to fix your inferiority complex. Go talk to your fucking therapist. Fuck you. Do not talk to me about, like, going through this shit. I don't care. Because you literally say in your own fucking song that you have no real problems. Also, like, this shit's still, like, really fucking strange. But yeah, like, if it's metatextually, where you go, oh, by you listening to this song, you are helping me, like, alleviate that inferiority I feel, or whatever. Coldplay is different. I do love me some Coldplay, even though it's, like, I only really like one song from them. But yeah, the bots can hear you, so be quiet. Anyway, let's talk about Chicago. They Both Reached for the Gun has so many little bits to it, and it's a better song, like, contextually, and it's better to listen to. If you want, like a song that ramps up in that same exhilarating way, just fucking listen to the song from... And sure, this is a part of, like, a larger song that happens. Where it really just repeats, like, a fact over and over again. Even though, realistically, this song is not actually about two people that have reached for a weapon and one of them has ended another, or whatever. It's not about that at all, but you can... Like, that's genius about it, because it's about the repetition that happens in media. If a news story picks up your side of events and repeats it ad nauseum, then it doesn't actually matter what the truth of the matter is, because the public already has like a perception. It's very cool in that sense. And it also tricks some people too, which is pretty funny. You can see some editors or whatever not totally understand the whole thing about they both reached for the gun, because they didn't both reach for the gun. That was entirely made up. But the fact that it was repeated so often made it into a form of reality. It didn't matter what the actual truth was after that point, you know? Which is very, like, it's such a fun way of looking at things, you know? It's also such a, it's such a very nuanced way to use the earworm that is a form of repetition, to use that to sort of have the same effect on the viewer as well. You might, if you hadn't been paying attention up until this point, you might have also believed that of this version of events or whatever. If you had just come in without any context, which in a lot of people in the story don't know the rest of the facts, so you are actually getting the intended result of the song by assuming that both people reached for it, which, like, doing all of that, doing that so concisely is such a, it's so, like, amazing in its own way, you know? And if you don't actually like repetition all that much, I'd skip it, but it's, to me, I do enjoy it, you know? It's personally something I like, so. But that's my own opinions about it. Anyway, let's see, other strong music opinions. Let's see. God, Maroon 5, like, is such, like, it's, like, so up and down for me, you know? Because on one hand, they have so many bangers. They have so many good songs from their collections. And then Adam Levine is just the fucking worst. I hate Adam Levine. I do. Also, there's not 5 members of Maroon 5. There's 7 people in the fucking band, first of all. Also, they just one day decided not to do like good music anymore for some reason, which I'm still not too sure about that, you know, but like I don't understand how we went from like some genuine like good but like catchy like pop songs to what the fuck Animals is. But you know, that's just me. Oh, here's something fun. I can review some of your most hated songs, cuz I do want to know what you guys find to be like rough points of music or whatever. Maybe I'll have an opinion that's very different to yours or whatever, but I think that it'd be fun. I don't know. They're ADD. Anyway. The kind of music I like is all over the place. But, you know, I think you guys have, like, sort of an understanding of what I generally like. Maybe not exactly, but kind of, you know. Something about this work really is making me want to use colored line art. Same with the other piece or whatever. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to like fully finish both of these on stream. So maybe we should go over to the Ghostface one. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. It's like, what the fuck is happening? God. Highlights are always so hard. Anyway, here's the concept for Ghostface or whatever, which is more conceptual. But I do enjoy it, you know? I mostly just wanted to do a reverse Ghostface mask because I think that it would be fun to see that in game. Also, a lot of people want pink Ghostface, so, you know. Something about, I don't know, the proportions. Cute shy gal. Thanks. Like, the thing without the everything, like, it works. I'm just not really too sure what I want to do. Do I even want the fucking black belt? I mean, like, it's a good indicator, but, yeah, no. Let me see, phone cord. Now, the funny thing about Ghostface in Dead by Daylight is that he is not, like any Ghostface from any previous movie, but he is, what's it called? Like, in OC, which is funny because they can bring characters back from the dead, so they didn't even have to fucking do this. I guess they just wanted to make their own Ghostface for their own game or whatever, but like I just don't understand. I've got my reference up here, so we're up here. They should retcon it so it's like the mask of the mask. Like, that could be cool. Though, I mean, it's not even, like, how Ghostface works in the, first place. But, like, Ghostface doesn't even have any fucking supernatural powers. I mean, like, in the first movies, spoilers for Scream if you haven't seen it, but he's two fucking people. Two regular-ass stalker guys who, like, terrorize their friends, essentially. So, yeah. Only seen the first Scream movie, not a huge fan of the genre. Slashers can be fun, but, like, yeah, I only really recommend the first Scream. The rest of them just kind of go off the fucking rails. So they just don't understand how to continue without, like, because on the scene, Scream was, like, the new sort of, edgy sort of, kid on the block. Not edgy in a bad way, per se, but, like, edgy in the way that it was making fun of slasher tropes. It was satirizing them, because that was such a big thing in the 80s. That was a big part of the 80s. So, like, when it came time for the 90s or whatever, something like Scream did happen, right? Where it was basically parodying, like, someone making up a slasher persona, which is pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty cool concept, and they do execute it very well in the first movie. They just lost all steam from there. I'm not a big fan of slashers, mostly because they they basically last. Like, there's barely any characters in a slasher movie unless the slasher speaks. So, unless you've got, like, a Chucky, you basically have no characters that you actually care about, which can be, like, fun by itself, but it's not really my type of fun, you know? I keep on touching the wire, I'm sorry. Down, 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 down. I feel like I should just rip off the Band-Aid and just do it all in fucking my normal lining colors, but like for some reason I can't seem to like truly go all the way with it. I don't know what it is. Maybe something like I'm working like this is a much more soft rendering style, so these big like these more specific things are weird. Ugh. This is mostly just about lining right now, which I guess like is a process that you don't normally see exactly on my streams because it's really tedious. But I do enjoy what it does to a piece, you know? Let's see. Something like this. I wonder if Scream could ever work as a musical. Has there ever been a horror slash scary musical? I know that there's an unofficial Saw musical. And I'm pretty sure that there's also like an unofficial Hannibal musical. I mean, there have been horror slash, like, actually horror based musicals out there, not just based off of like mildly spooky stuff. But I wouldn't have the answer for you in total, like. Let's see. Matt Pat actually directed one of those horror musicals. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I mean, Cats is scary, but it's just mostly what's it called? Abstract. It's unsettling to most people, but you know. Co-produced Grey House. That's what it is. Grey House is a horror-based musical. So, if you want to check that out, I'd suggest that. I haven't actually seen it, so I'm not really too sure what it feels like or whatever, you know? But that is a horror, like a specifically horror-based musical. There have been others, obviously. I mean, like, but a lot of the musicals I typically know about are based off of what's it called? Like more like pop culture views about things, I guess. this shit is hard. Let's see. I feel like horror can work in musicals. It just doesn't work the same way that it does in like a typical like in a movie or in a series or whatever. You have different restrictions or whatever. And with a musical, you have to be more, you have to suspend your disbelief first of all. So like to truly be scared by a musical is kind of difficult, but horror properties do get like interpreted all the time. Even, like technically Little Shop of Horrors is a horror musical, even though it technically also is not one. It just kind of depends on if you define horror as being scary or having disturbing ideas within them. What do you guys think about the black line art specifically, like on the pink? Because I need some feedback. I do. This is like the one thing I need about it, you know? Let's see. Uh. You know what I really enjoy about musicals? It's the fact that they still, because they have to rely on practical effects or whatever, they often just use puppets for things, especially non-human characters. And, you know, it's a fun way that, like, puppetry is, like, gained, like, another life of its own, I guess. Because nowadays you can just do most things as you want with CGI. So you don't have to build a big fuck off like puppet for whatever you want, you know? But with musicals you do, because you're not doing it in post, you're doing it live. So in a weird way, like those two art forms are like inextricably linked because of that, which is so funny to me. In like, because you wouldn't really think about musicals as like the first place, like that, like their last bastion of like places that still need puppets, but it's true. I think these thinner lines are helping me out though. Fuck if I don't really. This shit's still kind of like fucking me up, you know? Ugh. I'm sorry for the amount of fucking Windows noises. Let's see. The upper part looks like a raincoat. Thank you for your Thanks for the feedback. But also, I mean, like, if I made this into a darker material, it would just be the, like, DBD's equivalent of the outfit he, like, wears. Ugh. I'm getting into that stage of I don't know what the fuck looks good. Yeah, it is a capelet. Because I should probably show what Dead by Daylight looks like or whatever. Is the material meant to be shiny or is that just your interpretation? Like, it's just my stylization. It's chronic. It's a chronic condition, okay? Because, like, if it's not actually against this dark pink, it actually looks completely different. Because it's actually just supposed to be a highlight. Like here, this is supposed to be thing, but you know, it doesn't actually matter if it's shiny or not. They're not gonna make Ghostface shiny. Though, I understand. I think I have to get through the fucking line art. I have to get through it. I have to get through the fucking trenches, guys. And then I can go back in and then change it. Do you think that this pink is too bright? Because, I mean, I can dull down the saturation. It's just, you know, it is a nice shade of pink. It's just, you know, I mean, I guess I can just look at it, you know, see how it is. I mean, do you like that better? Would that be something that would work better? Because, like, that does kind of look fucking cool, you know? Ugh. Whatever. I can add it on just a little bit here and there, you know? Spruce up the place. Thanks, Mara, for your commentary. Really appreciate you. I mean, I sound sarcastic, but I do appreciate, like, that you take time and, you know, give feedback, because it's important. I can't always look at this from an outsider's perspective, because I've been staring at this for like a good long fucking while, you know? So, yeah. I think it's also like the thing of like, because this is for something more than just, you know, me and you goofballs or whatever, I want it to be more or whatever. Which, I mean, it creates pressure, but, like, you know, it's helpful in this scenario to be on stream to get your guys' opinions, see what I can do, feel it out, you know? Maybe some bloodstained element to it could be something. I'll do that after the fucking line art. I really need, like, the thing is, right, I need to focus down on a specific thing and then make incremental changes. Because if I do everything all at once, nothing will get done. And that's the main thing when it comes to, well, really anything in your personal life, right? If you chase two rabbits, you will catch neither of them. Do you think this is missing something? I mean, I know I'm asking a lot out of you. And, I mean, of course, you're not trained art critics or whatever. You're doing this because it's fun to, like, hang out and chill and stuff like that. But, you know. I like looking at different perspectives because I quite literally cannot do that. I mean, no one really exactly can. But I always like hearing people's perspectives. I find them fascinating in a strange sort of way, you know? I know that some DBD players have wanted a pink Ghostface for a long time, so, you know, I don't want to, like, fuck it up either, you know. Sorry, I was on an ad roll for a sec. What are you looking at again? I guess I'm asking if, like, if you think something's missing. Like, does it feel like the design isn't enough? I'm not... I'm not really totally 100% on something, you know? Though I have to keep my mind on one thing rather than another, because I will lose track or whatever. I'm also like, does this black line art look good? You know? Because, I mean, I do have a colorful line art sort of over here. Where... But, like, I'm not really too sure how I feel about it, you know? I was gonna say that the waist looked a bit empty, but then you added the line art, so just now, never mind. Yeah, like this, I can understand exactly what you're talking about. Because, I mean, like, it really is very flat, but also that's kind of. I'm kind of in that same weird. I'm fucking all over the. I'm all over the place, man. This one, I actually do have, like, a fun name for this, which is Wrong Number. Because, like, with Ghostface, like, in-game model, the tendrils that are on Ghostface suit or whatever, like, they move around, like, they, like, float. So I thought, like, having a bunch of phone cords would be fun as a concept, you know? But, you know, I don't know if. Get back. See. Like, I don't want this to be, like, an A pose, but it is kind of A posing. Shout, trivia, murder party. These questions, I'm gonna end up dead. Like, I feel like this is also just a weird angle or whatever, but like, maybe I'll fix that, like, with the liquefy tool, like, afterwards or something. I'm more into this now than I was, like, a few minutes ago. Well, I check out to hear me shout trivia murder party. Dread. Questions. And I'll wind up dead. Vacation, but it's a trip to hell.
Now I lay my clothes out before I sleep. In the room safe, my wallet, my feet. I hope I don't die before I wake. I hear the continental breakfast as coffee cake.
I don't know. How do you feel about the wires? Because I like them. It's just that, like, they feel like they aren't. Like, I want them to be doing something more interesting, I guess. So, like, those few squiggles look so much more alive. What are they extruding off of anyway? I'm not familiar with pastel goth like fashion. Well, see, they are underneath the capelet like this, essentially. Because in the original or whatever, they're strips of fabric, right? So they're just kind of So whatever is happening under the capelet is what's happening here.
And the music app. Or premium $13.99.
I mean, like, this isn't very similar to what happens in pastel goth fashion. I will have to warn you about that, right? Ugh. But I don't want this to just be like a recolor. That's the main thing. Ugh. Because this is a skins thing, it's not supposed to be just, oh yeah, I mean, just have like this weird sort of thing going on here, right? And I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, there's a lot you can do with Ghostface silhouette or whatever. And if I was going like full hog or whatever, I would have done like, what's it called? A Medusa, kind of vibe for him, but I feel like I want to save that idea for something later, you know? Because I wanted to have this specific concept and color way in mind, so I was like, oh, phone cords. That works very nicely because of like Scream as a franchise or whatever. Like, it's one of its most iconic things is the landline phone that they use in the movie. It's also a symbol of the times it takes place in. It's modern, but it's not too modern, you know? It's really like an encapsulation of that specific time in history or whatever, you know? I was thinking of having like this be like a rotary dial, but it more looks like the whole thing's been hole punched rather than anything really important, you know?
Based on your mood on the YouTube Music app.
Like, because I don't think this really conveys rotary dial. I mean, you might disagree with me, and I mean, you know, share your thoughts. But, you know, I don't think that you really understand what I'm fucking going for, you know? So basically, I'm focusing on pre-Y2K stuff. His knife is literally supposed to look like, what's it called? A flip phone. Even though he doesn't have a butterfly knife in game or whatever, so you just kind of have to take liberties with it just being like an open butterfly knife. That's like a clamshell phone. Because I think that idea is cute, right? I mean, for, like, a lot of this is just based off of the fact that phones are fucking cool, you know? Yeah, that's a cute concept. Thanks. Appreciate it. Do you think that the color balancing's good or whatever? Because, you know, it's always such a pain. Because you don't want it to be, like, overly, like, dominated by one color, you know? And, you know, but, like, And color is also like one of the main attractions about it, you know. So it's not like
And YouTube Music Premium.
ugh.
Whole app just for
I think once I'm done with this, I'm gonna call it and go more forward with it. But you know, do you think that I should have the cables? Because I do think that like these things are fun. It's just, you know, I don't. It's hard to put them on things, you know. Calls coming from inside the house. But also, it just like ruins the silhouette a bit of these curly cues. But basically, yeah, it's about technology that's vintage in a different way, you know? Sorry for the jump scare, lol. I should have been quiet. Let's see. Yeah, I'm liking this much more than I did previously. It's about trusting the like the process or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I know that the cables could be a bit thicker. I mean, like it's hard to what's it called? Keep the flowing because cables aren't they aren't flowing ribbons. They just aren't. But that's the material I wanted to work with, so it's the thing that I'm gonna have to work with. And while there'll be a very big challenge, I need to work with them, you know? So, I'll find a way to make them flowy. You know, maybe a very stretched card, or whatever, you know? Because they are surprisingly difficult to really get in, you know? Because, sure, you've got, like, this, but that doesn't actually represent, like, a stretched out cord, you know? I mean, coils in general, springs, are very strange things, you know? Because you can always have them on, like, this axis or whatever. But you have to make them very specific, you know? It's a very intensive sort of process that you have to go through. Dun, 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 dun.
YouTube Premium is ad-free.
Yeah, still looks like a hole punch.
On the YouTube Kids app.
Oh god, this looks so much better. I'm so much happier. Oh, I can show you what the original sketch looks like before we go, because I think that'd be fun. Uh. Yeah, so this is what I originally came up with, and I think that this is kind of what I wanted to do, you know? Alternatively, you could attach the phone coil to the waist, kind of like a belt charm. I mean, like, yeah. I feel like that'd be a bit of cheating. Because, like, if I do something else, it's gonna just feel... I don't know. Like, we're just kind of doing whatever the fuck we want. Though, I do like the idea of, like, it being a belt. It could be a very cool concept. Yeah, drip or drown, reverse mask. My notes, my design notes are very funny. That is a very strange sketch. Anyway, for this one, I will have to go, like, hard on the everything. But, let me get... Yeah, this is the OG. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's not as hard. Yeah, drip or drown. Yeah. Bayonetta. It was... Because she has, like, this nurse outfit that is cool or whatever, so I went kind of based off of that, but not really. But, yeah. This one, I was just kind of going, alright, let's serve cunt. We've hit level 5 slay. Level 5 slays hit the Cunagon, you know? Fucking, yeah, so that's how we went with that, you know? I think I will try out the thinner lines for Dwight's as well, even though, like, it's much better rendered or whatever. But yeah, overall, I'm having fun with this, you know, and I think that this will be I hope that you guys will enjoy when it faces up against everyone, and I hope that you actually look at everyone's pieces when it comes time for voting, even if it's not, like, something you're specifically voting for or whatever, right? Because, like, all the artists that are participating, except the ones that are awful, like, the ones that are awful people, obviously, deserve your attention and support, you know? So, go out there, check out the designs that they're making. Everything will... I believe that voting will start up on the 22nd or something like that. So, soon enough, we'll get all that sorted. I will retweet it when it comes time. And yeah, that'll be something fun as, like, a little community, even if you're not really a big fan of, you know, uh, Dead by Daylight, it's still a good time. Because we all love art here, and supporting artists big and small is a fun part of the community. You know? With that being said, I'll see you guys next time with another video. Let me go and see what the next one should be. Oh, fuck. Yay, art. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is the time where I will be out of town because I'm going all the way across the fucking state. So, yeah. Next week, there will not be a stream, but afterwards, we will have a full, like, bingo thing, you know? I'll have that all sorted out. It'll be really fun, you know? With that being said, I hope that you all have a good time. Well, I'll have that bingo set up soon enough. I'll have to tell you how to get that all sorted out. But with that being said, I hope that you have a good evening, a good morning, a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time in 2 weeks. It's when I come back from the fucking dead. Meta says, based and true. So true. Anything I say is incredibly based. Thanks for you. Thanks. That's the freeze. I'll have to add that. I feel like there's. I feel like that's so true is. It's probably one of my biggest ones. Oh, I don't have any water here, Caravan, but I will drink after stream. So, let me get that in order. I'm writing that one down, Morrow. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a good night. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. It's always so much fun for you guys to hang out and talk about things with me. I truly like appreciate that. I do. You could be doing anything, but you're coming here and you're chilling out with me, and that's always such a blast, you know? I'll miss you for the week I'm gone, but we'll be back again with a bang, you know? Anyways, with that being said, good night, folks. See ya.